Well, I thought that half time on Saturday was what I had 1-1. What? I'm going to go. Be good. Start as well. Took me about 6 times to understand it. He's either got a cold coming or his voice is breaking.
I said it 4 times. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah, but the thing is, or he starts off with a family, and mumbles. You hear it. It's like going through a tunnel.
Outside.
We missed the home game last week. I don't know why, but we did. Should have guessed some
Yes, I'm going to check you tomorrow, but because he said, well, if you got I won't put it up. You know why?
Well, good evening, Community Stadium, for this pitching in Southern League Premier South tie between 2 local rivals. We've got something of a bit of ground share in history of late. Yes, it's Winchester City taking on Basingstoke Town in what is proving to be a mild December evening. It promises to be a cracker of a game. Basingstoke find themselves set 7th in the table at the minute, played 19 on 26 points. A win today, though, will take them within 2 points of Dorchester Town, who just sit inside the playoffs. For Winchester City, they currently find themselves 18th in the Premier South, played 18 on 19 points. They just above Tiverton Town and out of the drop zone on goal difference. In fact, quite a significant goal difference as well. They would need a 10-goal swing tonight in order to drop into that relegation zone. So that seems very likely indeed. The players are on the pitch now. Obviously, we can't bring you the live pictures, but yes, welcome for the live audio commentary. It is Winchester City against Basingstoke Town. Let's have a quick look at the lineups, shall we? Starting with today's visitors, Basingstoke Town in a mint green away kit. In goal is number 1, Simon Grant. Marcus Johnson-Schuster is number 2. James Clark is number 3. Rudy Allen is number 4. Jack Ball is number 5. William Upton, he's a captain this evening. He's number 6. Brody Pert is number 7. DeAndre Brown is number 8. Liam Ferdinand is number 9. And Robbie Gallagher is number 10. George Reed, number 11. For today's visitors substitutions, number 12, apologies, is Namandi Nawashuku. Number 13 is Samuel Deadfield. 14 is Lewis Lepath. 15 is Daniel Ware, and 16 is Benjamin Cook. For the home side this evening, Winchester City in their home strip of red and black. In goal is Luke Kearney. 2 is Joshua McCormack. 3 is Callum Buckley. 4 is Max Smith, of course, the former Basingstoke man. 5 is Alex Wilkie. 6 is Kieran Douglas. 7 is Daniel Jones. Your captain this evening is number 8, Jamie Barron. Thomas Wright is number 9. Trevor Caborn is 10. Ike Hill is number 11. The substitutes this evening for Winchester City: number 12 is Robert Jameson. 14 is Daniel Bartlett. 15 is Malambo, 16 is Daniel King, and 17 is George Britton. I may actually be able to even show you the lineup for Winchester. We are, of course, streaming this live. Let's have a quick look. There you go. That's your starting lineup for Winchester City this evening. There is a QR code in the top left-hand corner. If you do want to visit the Winchester City website at any point, just give that QR code a scan and it will take you straight through to the website. So we are about to get underway here, though. Referee just making sure everybody is up to speed. It's a full match commentary coming up for you here. My name's Ian Waterhouse on Live Sport Now. You might have heard me as well on National League TV. We are underway and the ball's pumped forward. It's left for the Winchester goalkeeper, out for a goal kick early doors in this game. Very early stages indeed. Yes, good evening and welcome. I'm going to have a little quiz question for you as well coming up at half time too. So please do get in touch. If you've got a comment, you've got a question, please drop it into the comments section on YouTube. I can see them. I do want to hear from you guys this evening. So goal kick for Winchester, pumped high into the midfield. Ball down, headed up by the Winchester defence. A little bit of head tennis going on at the minute. Knocked away. Callum Buckley, he's back into the squad. In fact, it was a couple of changes, 3 changes for Winchester from the side that drew 0-0 with Bracknell. Griggs is out. Britton drops to the bench, as does King. In comes Callum Buckley, Caborn and Smith for Basingstoke Town. It's just the 1 change from the side that beat Wimborne. Clark is in and Angel out. The ball's at the back at the minute with Winchester. They're knocking it high and forward. It's onto a Basingstoke head. A bit of a swing and a miss there by the Basingstoke left midfielder. It's a throw for Winchester just in front of the dugout opposite our position here. And Winchester have it. Driving the ball forward now, looking to find a bit of a gap. Looks like they're trying to make it on the edge of the box. A bit of a tussle going on at the minute. Basingstoke managed to clear their lines, pump it forward. Ferdinand trying to latch onto it, but it's headed away well, though. It was Kieran Douglas dealing with the danger there. Throw in for Basingstoke, just opposite their own dugout now, right in front of their manager. 0-0, early stages of this game in the Southern League Premier South. Wonderful division. My local team is actually Bracknell Town. And a bit of midfield action going on at the minute. You're not really missing anything at the minute. It's a bit of a lash. Is that going to be a free kick for Basingstoke? It is. It was Joshua McCormack there who slammed down the Basingstoke player. I'm not quite sure who it was, but it is going to be a free kick for Basingstoke, just to the left of the box. It's going to be an opportunity here for them to really attack the Winchester goal for the first time in this game. Don't forget to get in touch with us in the comment section. We can see the comments. We want to hear from you. We're live on YouTube here. Free kick for Basingstoke in a dangerous position here. Arm goes up. The ball's about to be whipped in. Good attendance tonight here as well. In it comes. And it's gone all the way in. And Basingstoke take the lead all the way straight in from the free kick. Quite remarkable when Basingstoke take the lead. Well, in the 4th minute, there you go. Basingstoke take the lead. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. From the free kick as well. We said it was a dangerous position. In it goes. Perfect start for the visitors. And huge disappointment here for the home side. They find themselves behind. As it stands at the minute, 3 points will take Basingstoke within 2 points of the playoff positions. So Winchester, of course, sitting just outside the relegation places, but we're back underway. Early goal. 4th minute, Basingstoke take the lead. We're back underway. A bit of a tackle there. That was the number 7 for Basingstoke. It was Brody Pert, and it's a free kick for Winchester. The number 8 takes it quickly. Still in the Winchester half. The ball. It's played up high. It's going to be won by a Winchester head. Ball's on the halfway line at the minute with a red shirt. Now it comes forward. Is that a free kick? No, it's not. Liam Ferdinand for Basingstoke's going to try and latch on to the end. That's going to go out, though, for a throw. Winchester throw deep inside their own half here. Winchester City 0, Basingstoke Town 1. Very early stages of this game, of course. They've only had one league win in the last 9. Basingstoke form hadn't been particularly great coming into this one. It's a throw for Winchester, still yet to take it. Now they do. It's approaching the halfway line. It's won by a Basingstoke head. The ball's right in front of the dugouts at the minute. Winchester come away with it. It's nicked away, but it's going to be a free kick for Winchester, halfway inside their own half. They've only had 4 wins this season in the league for Winchester City against Plymouth Parkway, Walton Hersham, Frome and Sholing. Ball's nicked forward now. And it's into a little bit of no man's land. It's going to be a bit of a foot race. It's won by the Winchester number 9. It's out for a Winchester throw halfway inside the Basingstoke half now. Forward it goes. Winchester have it just outside the D. It was Callum Buckley. And Winchester looking a little bit dangerous on the edge of the box. Is that going to be a free kick? No, it isn't. Winchester still have it. Now they're dispossessed. It was Daniel Jones who committed the foul, though, on the Basingstoke number 8. So it's going to be a free kick for Basingstoke. It was DeAndre Brown who went down. And it's a free kick for Basingstoke. It's going to be taken by Simon Grant in the Basingstoke goal. Simon Grant is a former Bracknell and Hayes and Yedding goalkeeper. Because both clubs I know very well. Well, Winchester City just had the one home win. That was against Walton Hersham here back in October. In fact, Winchester did ground share with Basingstoke at the start of the season once this pitch here was relayed. Now it comes in. The ball's back in it. It's whipped right across the face of goal for Basingstoke. It's going to make its way all the way in. It's still in. It's whipped in again, and it's gone in. Has it gone in? No, it's off the line. Somehow it's off the line. It whipped across the face of goal. It came off a Basingstoke head and actually hit the inside of the post and back out again. And now it is a free kick for Winchester. Well, high drama indeed. God, blimey. And it's actually a yellow card already in this game. I'm not too sure who was that. That was for the Basingstoke number 11. It's the first time I'm actually doing this through Restream. So what we might be able to do next time is have the lineups on the screen for you as well, which might help. So we'll see if we can figure that one out for the next game for you. But yes, live commentary here. Winchester City against Basingstoke Town. We hope you can hear it okay, everybody. If I'm having any audio issues, let me know. Lionheart Racing tuned in. And from getting into debate at Race at least join my local teams. Great work. Thank you very much. Lionheart Racing. I know you guys very well. Back on track next year as well. A quick reminder then, it is Winchester City 0, Basingstoke Town 1. A goal in the 4th minute. So referee's just slow play down a little bit here. It is going to be a throw in for Basingstoke inside their own half. Up it goes, up to the halfway line. It's won by Winchester head. Ball still in midfield. Just nudged a little bit further forward for Basingstoke. Now it goes back to Buckley for Winchester. He's dispossessed. But the goalkeeper, is he going to race off his line? No, it's not. It's just about dealt with. It was a foot race there between the Winchester number 5 and the Basingstoke attacker there, but it got away. It is going to be a Basingstoke throw, though, deep inside the Winchester half. It comes in now onto the number 10, Gallagher, and he's shepherded off the ball, knocks it out, and it's going to be a Winchester goal kick. Well, despite Winchester only having one home win this season, the last 5 results in the league have been quite impressive. 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 defeat. That 1 defeat coming against the high-flying Havant of Waterlooville, also a club I know very well. Did a lot of their games last season in the National League South, but of course they were relegated. For Basingstoke, they've actually got no win in their last 4 away games. In fact, it was back-to-back away defeats coming into this one against Chertsey and Havant of Waterlooville. At the minute, though, they lead 1-0 here at the Charters Community Stadium. And it's a throw for Winchester, halfway inside the Basingstoke half. In fact, it might. I think it's going to be a free kick, actually. I didn't see what the referee was blowing up for. I was looking down at my bit of paper. It is. It's a free kick for Winchester. Good opportunity to get the ball into the box. Halfway inside the Basingstoke half, but far on the right-hand side. It's whipped in. It's high. Is it going to reach the back post? It does. It's headed back into the box. Now it's at the edge of the D, but Basingstoke managed to clear the lines well, and the ball's all the way up to the halfway line. It's Ferdinand who knocks it down to nowhere in particular, and Winchester pick it up in the heart of midfield. The ball goes back to Buckley in the Winchester defence. Knocked forward now. On it comes. It's not quite controlled by Winchester. It's left by Ferdinand there, and Gallagher's racing down the right wing for Basingstoke. Just drifts into the box. Here is Ferdinand. He's going to be able to get a shot away. He's just inside the D. It whips back. Here is Allen now. He gets it back. It goes to Brown. Still Basingstoke here. It's just whipped onto the wing. Oh, and it's whipped straight through. It goes to the goalkeeper for Winchester, who's absolutely furious, Luke Kearney. He wanted to play the ball quickly, but he had no options whatsoever, and instead has to go to Buckley on the left-hand side. The ball deep still in the Winchester half here. Here is Callum Buckley. Left foot clearance high. It's coming to our position, actually. It's still going to stay in, but it didn't go very far. We're talking a matter of yards high and up, and still here come Basingstoke now, trying to feed the ball through into Gallagher, but Winchester managed to get away. Now it's with Thomas Wright. Winchester just cannot get the ball out of their own half at the minute. Now Basingstoke have the ball in their own half, just playing it along the back line. It's quite comfortable at the minute for the visitors. Winchester with the ball. Here is IK Hill with the ball, just drifting into the Basingstoke half now. Switches it over onto the right-hand side. Winchester looking to get forward. They've only had the ball in the Basingstoke box once. Now they're managing to get it in. The shot comes in as well. Oh, and it's just missing left of the post. Good opportunity for Winchester. No goal kick. Well, as I said, we are going to have a quiz question for you today as well. So do pop in the comments section. Now, the quiz is this. 6 current Football League teams are founder members of the Southern League. So who were they? There were 16 teams in total. 6 of those teams are currently playing in the English Football League system. Can you tell me who they are? Have a little guess in the comments section. It's a goal kick at the minute for Winchester. You're not really missing anything. High ball up, played forward, won by a Basingstoke header. But there's the question on your screen. Winchester City 0, Basingstoke 1 here. The ball's been switched over onto the right-hand side. It's a lovely little bit of play here. Here's Brodie Pert now for Basingstoke. It's still Pert. Shouts have hit it from the Basingstoke support. Switches it to Gallagher on the right-hand side. He delivers a lovely ball in. Oh, and it's onto the roof of the net. And it remains Winchester 0, Basingstoke 1. Good effort. Great play by Basingstoke. They are on top in this one at the minute. Well, that was your question. I will put it back up as well at half time for you. We are going to stay live throughout. So I hope the audio is coming through okay for everybody as well. Let me know if anybody is struggling a little bit. I'd love to hear from you guys. Had a few people getting in touch as well on LinkedIn. William Murphy says, good old Basingstoke. I can't help but think Basingstoke is something of a sleeping giant, just with the size of the town and the catchment. In fact, back in 2019, Basingstoke actually played out of here, ground share, and at the start of this season, Winchester played out of Basingstoke. Just 18 miles separates the two stadiums, separated by the M3 motorway. Of course, the ball comes in. Winchester headed down, and it is an attempt on target for Winchester. It was a high headed down to the ground, and it didn't really trouble Simon Grant in the goal at all for Basingstoke. Well, scoring goals has been a problem as well for Winchester at home. They've only scored 10, conceded 17. Only 7 of their 19 points have been collected at home for Winchester. For Basingstoke, they scored 15 and conceded 19 in the league. away from home. 11 of their 26 points have come on the road. I mean, if you base it purely on stats, you might suggest that this would probably be a draw, but as it is, it's Basingstoke good for their lead at the minute, in the 4th minute as well. Bright start. First half action here. It's quite a mild evening. Now Winchester come away with the ball. It's IK Hill trying to link it onto the right-hand side, and it's Trevor Caborn trying to chase the ball down, but it's dealt with well by Jack Ball. Of course, Jack Ball, the former Farnborough man. Jack, I know very well. I've done a lot of work with Farnborough on National League TV last season as well. The ball's headed back for Winchester to the goalkeeper with a high clearance again, and it doesn't even make it to the halfway line. It's brought down, though, well by the Winchester number 4, Max Smith, of course, former Basingstoke man. A little bit of rivalry there. I'm sure Basingstoke fans and Winchester fans will be able to tell me a little bit more about the. Is it more of a friendly rivalry? What would you guys say? I'm not too sure. I don't think there is such a thing, is there? Thank you, Lionheart Racing. Audio is all good. That's the main thing. I appreciate you letting me know that. Where are you racing next season, Lionheart? Let me know. Tell me. Will I be seeing you again this season? Looking like we're going to be back with Bark TV next year, which I'm very excited about. And I've got a little bit of exciting news coming up as well, but I can't talk about that just yet. So here we go. Back to the action. And Winchester have the ball. It's in defence at the minute. It's with Alex Wilkie. Now Buckley knocks it forward. Here is Hill. And Winchester just holding possession at the minute. Long ball pumped forward. Oh, it's well dealt with by Jack Ball. He had to knock it down because Hill was chasing onto that. Wright's been looking a bit of a danger as well. Now Ferdinand's running forward. He's offside. He did get to the ball first, did Liam Ferdinand, the goal machine for Basingstoke. But actually, Luke Kearney came out of his goal and collided with Ferdinand, but the linesman had already put the offside flag up, and Ferdinand and Kearney at the minute are just remonstrating with each other. Kearney, the Winchester goalkeeper, and Ferdinand not happy. Ferdinand did touch the ball first, but it had already been signalled offside. So no foul given. Free kick is for Winchester. And the referee's going to have a word, actually. In fact, are we going to have another booking in this game? I'm just trying to see who he's pulled over. Unfortunately, they're facing me, so I can't see the numbers on the back of their shirts. But yeah, here we are. We are, 16 minutes or so into this game. Winchester City 0, Basingstoke 1. The goal coming in at the 4th minute, direct from a free kick on the left-hand side. And we're back underway. Free kick taken by Kearney in the Winchester goal. The ball has made it to right for Winchester on the right-hand side. Can he get the cross in? It's going to be a corner for the home side. Well, Winchester haven't managed to score more than 1 goal per game in their last 5 league games. If they're going to win this game, they're going to have to do more than that today. They trail by a 1-0 to Basingstoke. In comes the ball now on the corner. It's headed away by Basingstoke. They're looking to break quickly, and they've got Gallagher, who they're trying to find, but it is cut away by Joshua McCormack, and a late tackle there. And that is going to be a yellow card. And it's a red card. It is a red card for Basingstoke. I'm just trying to see who it is. Second yellow card for him. He was the player who was yellow carded earlier. I'm just waiting for him to turn around so I can tell you exactly who it is. He can't believe it. He's trudging off now. I'm just trying to see. He's just walking away off towards us at the minute. Well, Basingstoke down to 10 men. They lead, but they are now down to 10, and it's a lonely, long walk back. It was a tackle on Joshua McCormack, who's still down. He's just receiving a little bit of treatment at the minute. So the player is just making his way off. I'm just trying to see who it is. It's the number 11, I believe, which is George Reed. So George Reed is off for Basingstoke. Wow. Well, that's something of a shock, isn't it? George Reed, the attacking midfielder, has spent time out injured. But he did score 20 goals in the 2022-23 season. So a big attacking threat has gone. And Basingstoke find themselves down to 10 men. The free kick comes in. It's a high ball in again. It's trying to find a Winchester head, but it falls to the feet of Basingstoke. And now they come again. It's like it's Gallagher absolutely pounding his way forward. Headed away, though, by McCormick. It's only as far as DeAndre Brown, though, who picks it up for Basingstoke. He's dispossessed, though. Winchester come forward again. Still in their own half, though, for the home side. Now they're managing to get it forward. Can they make the extra man count? Basingstoke have got a long way to go in this game, down to 10 men. It's a long pump ball forward again by Johnson Schuster for Basingstoke. Can he get there? He can, and Basingstoke managed to keep it in. The ball's into the box again. It's up high and cleared just about, though, by Alex Wilkie, and it's going to be a corner for Basingstoke. Well, we're 20 minutes in. 4th minute goal for Basingstoke, and then they've just had George Reed sent off in this game. Now they do lead by a goal to 0. So Basingstoke corner. Heading over to take it is going to be Brody Pert, the number 7. I can see in the box Robbie Gallagher is in there. In fact, number 3, 5 and 6 are at the far post. Now there's a lot of movement in the box. The ball is whipped in. Oh, and it almost made its way in again. I believe Kearney just got a fist to it just to knock it away. We know how dangerous Basingstoke are from the set pieces. Their goal coming direct from the free kick. And it's another corner for the visitors. Well, it is it's a lively, action-packed game already. I'm glad I came down to the Charters Community Stadium. More of the same will be the call for Basingstoke. I can't quite see. There's a plethora of fans in that right-hand corner, so it comes in. This way it goes all the way through, and it's just kept in on the far side, though, and the ball comes in low. Here is Gallagher. He's got Ferdinand waited at the edge of the box. He'll be desperate for it, but it's crowded out by red shirts. And it's a goal kick. Basingstoke thought that was going to be a corner. The referee has signalled, though, for a goal kick for Winchester. And finally, they can get the ball a little bit further forward. Lionheart, MG Owners Club and Armed Forces Race Challenge for us. Fantastic. MG Owners are still with Bark, I believe, aren't they? So I'll definitely be seeing you at certain tracks in 2025. Of course, if you like your motorsport, do make sure you hit that subscribe button here at Live Sport Now as well. Best place is on YouTube. If you are watching on Facebook, hello, good evening. There's a link in the body of this broadcast. Give it a click. Take you straight through to our YouTube channel as well. And Winchester driving forward into the box here. It's now cut away and it's in the hands of Grant, who manages to get hold of it. But Winchester look quite bright pushing forward. There's a QR code at the top left of the screen as well. That will take you straight through to the Winchester City website if you want to find out more about the club. So Winchester City 0, Basingstoke Town 1. It has been an exciting game so far. It's out for a Basingstoke throw right in front of us, almost on the halfway line here. Well, Winchester kept 2 home clean sheets against Bracknell and Dorchester. They won't be haven't done that today, though. Of course, 0-0 against Bracknell in Winchester's last game. In fact, his last home game before Christmas for Winchester. Up next is away at Wimborne Town, who, ironically, that's who Basingstoke have just beaten 2-1. That's on Saturday. For Basingstoke, they're at home against bottom of the table Marlow, but that's not until Boxing Day now. No game for Basingstoke this Saturday. Now Winchester have the ball on the left-hand side. It's put onto the edge of the D. Here is Jones. Now it's dispossessed by Ferdinand for Basingstoke. He's trying to feed it through, but he's going to have to put some serious gas on out. He's never going to make that one. And now Winchester just holding the ball and just passing it across the back line at the minute. Basingstoke down to 10 men. They'd be looking to play on the counter-attack a little bit more than they would have liked. But they do have something to hold on to. A long time they've got to hold on to it. Ball goes back to Grant. It's hoofed high and forward. Gallagher's going to try and chase after it, but it's going to be out for a throw for Winchester deep inside their own half. Right, Rob, hello. You thought MG stopped and it went to equip MG Cup. The MG Owners, that was the MG Car Club, I think, Rob. So MG Owners is different to the MG Car Club. So, yeah, a lot of the MG Car Club went with MG Cup, the BCV8s, over to equip. But I believe the MG Owners Club still, I mean, they race with multiple, but I know a lot of their meetings are with the BARC. So, I mean, it could be wrong. If it's changed over the winter, it's changed over the winter. But last season, that's how it was. So, you are right. There's a lot of MGs, isn't there? there's the MG Owners, there's the MG Car Club, and I'm pleased to say I've been involved in them all. But anyway, back to the football. It's Basingstoke. It's a throw for Basingstoke, halfway inside the Winchester half. The ball is in the hands of Marcus Johnson-Schuster right now. He throws it. It's going to be another throw for Basingstoke. They've gained a few yards here, just edging ever closer towards the goal line. And are we going to have a long throw? I can't actually see where the ball is at the minute. Like I said, it's lined with spectators down at edge. It's really nice to see. It's a good crowd. I believe Winchester average about 326 at home this season. Basingstoke average over 660 for their home games. It's flicked on this time, but it's now into the hands of Kearney, who's trying to get the ball played quickly, and he does. He's trying to set Trevor Cabon on his way, but it's taken away by William Upton, the captain for Basingstoke. He knocks it forward, but it's just too many red shirts, and it comes again. Winchester now at the edge of the box with the number 8, which is the captain, Jamie Barron. Barron still holding it, manages to win the throw. And are we going to have a long throw, are we? I think Barron's got it in his hands, but I think he's going to hand it over to McCormick. So McCormick's going to take a long throw, waiting in the box. I think actually the ball's now in the hands of IK Hill. It's changed again. So in comes the long throw. It's just headed on into the box, but it's cleared comfortably by Basingstoke defence. Ball makes its way up to the halfway line. It is with a Winchester shirt, though, Callum Buckley. And we have a Winchester player down inside the Basingstoke box there. I believe it's is it Kieran Douglas, the number 6, who's currently down. I'm not seeing anywhere else. So yeah, I believe it's could be Douglas down or Tommy Wright. There we go. So Winchester City 0, Basingstoke Town 1. If you're just tuning in, hello, good evening. Goal coming for Basingstoke in at the 4th minute, direct from a free kick. About 15 minutes later, though, George Reed sent off for Basingstoke. So Basingstoke do find themselves down to 10 men. We've got a break in play at the minute whilst the Winchester players just receives a little bit of treatment. Whilst we do, remember that quiz question that I've got running for you as well. Put your answers in the comments section. Just have a guess. Which 6 current Football League teams were founder members of the Southern League? There are a total of 16 teams who founded the Southern League. If you can name all 16, I mean, wow, fantastic. You don't get anything. It's just for fun. But if you can, have a go. But which 6 current Football League teams were founder members of the Southern League? I will give you the answer at half time. So do keep getting those in. Winchester City 0, Basingstoke Town 1. Treatment still being received. Well, what does manager Dan Brownlee for Basingstoke think here? Former Hartley Whitney manager. Hartley Whitney having a good season as well, finding themselves inside the playoffs. Craig Davis, the manager here at Winchester City, joined the club from Fleet Town as interim player manager in the 2016-2017 season. Was a Cardiff City youth player as well. And we are very shortly about to get ourselves underway. In fact, there is a substitution being made as well, and it is the number 6 going off. And it looks like Robert Jameson is going to be coming on for Winchester. So it does look, unfortunately, that Kieran Douglas is injured. He is off, and Jameson is on. So an enforced change there for Craig Davis. Well, it has been an eventful first half so far. What are we, half an hour or so into this game? Winchester City 0, Basingstoke Town 1. We've had a goal. We've had a player sent off. We've had a 4 substitution through injury. The ball is going to go back to Luke Kearney in the Winchester goal for a drop ball. He'll just punt it forward, and we're going to get back underway here. And he doesn't punt it, he just keeps it to his defence. Here's Callum Buckley now. He goes backwards to Wilkie, who just hands it to his fellow central defender on the right-hand side, Factor, who's just come on as well. So first touch of the ball there for Robert Jameson. Although it's only as far as a mint shirt, and it's a lovely ball all the way through. Kearney's going to get there first, but it was being chased down by Basingstoke. That through ball it just had a little bit too much on it. It was Gallagher who was trying to race on to it. Winchester just trying to find Hill, but he had too much on that one. Nice touch by Ferdinando for Basingstoke. Managing to hold the ball. He's just had to trot back into his own half. Now he manages to pass the ball. Now it's switched over onto the right-hand side to Schuster. It's punted forward, trying to find Ferdinand, but it was cut away by Alex Wilkie. Now it's back with Kearney. Winchester get us back going again. Back in defence. Knocking it forward. It's a good ball over the top on the right-hand side. Unfortunately, Trevor Cable can't keep it in. It's going to be a Basingstoke throw deep inside their own half. Well, it has been an exciting game so far. Remember, at half-time, we'll give you the quiz question and the answers for that one as well. Nice attendance here at the Charters Community Stadium. Well, both clubs have a bit of history as well in the Hampshire Senior Cup. Basingstoke have won it 8 times. Winchester 2 times. And of course, it wasn't too long ago that Basingstoke finished as high as 3rd in the National League South. That was in the 2014-15 season. That was their highest ever finish. As I said before, I can't help but think there's a lot of potential at Basingstoke, and they currently have the ball at the minute with their defence just switching over onto the right-hand side as they just trot into. They're still in the Winchester half now, which has been played down on the right-hand side. It's Brodie Pert who's had a bright game. In fact, it might have been Pert who got that goal. Still Brodie Pert charging into the box. Still Brodie Pert. It gets a shot away. Kearney had to get a touch on it to nip it over the bar. Wonderful play by the Basingstoke number 7, Brodie Pert there, and forces Kearney into a save, and it's a corner for Basingstoke. Well, it might be down to 10 men, Basingstoke, but it doesn't look that way at the minute. They still look so dangerous on the attack. And they just could not get the ball off Brodie Pert. The ball was just stuck to his feet there. Has had a stint actually at Brighton and Hove Albion. He's a bit of a home hero at Basingstoke, is Pert. And the corner's going to be taken on the right-hand side, which is a bit of a pain for us because I can't see that corner, which is not a bad thing. It's just because we've got a number of spectators down there. So I won't be able to call it until I see the ball come in. But mint shirts flooding the Winchester box. Once again, the ball comes in. It's a good one in. It's a goal. It's headed in. Beautiful ball in, just flicked in. And it goes in. And it's Basingstoke, despite being down to 10 men, they now double their lead. It's Winchester City 0, Basingstoke Town 2. "33 minutes played. And Basingstoke, despite being down to 10 men, double their lead. And I'm just getting confirmation it was James Clark there, the man with the goal. Clark on the score sheet. Well, a crucial moment for Basingstoke to double their lead. Again, coming from a set piece. The first goal coming from a free kick. The second coming from a corner. And you can't help but think Craig Davis, the Winchester manager, will not be a happy man at the minute. What can Winchester do to get themselves back into this one. Oh, it's a throw for Basingstoke now, close to the halfway line. Rain just starting to come down here in Hampshire at the Charters Community Stadium. And it's certainly raining right now on Winchester City. Trail by 2-0. Still in the first half here. Well, you might have thought Basingstoke might have just been trying to cling on to the 1-0 lead. But no, but now Winchester come. Here's Hill on the left-hand side, charging down this left wing. Still Hill. He's under a bit of defence. Manages to find Buckley. Goes back to Hill on the left-hand side. Can he try and find and get the cross in? It's still Hill trying to go it alone. Gets a shot, but it's deflected. The Basingstoke clear their lines for now. It's a shot, comes in, blocked again. And again, they have another shot on the edge of the box. Surely now Basingstoke, a bit of last gap's defending here, but managed to just about clear their line to deal with it. Oh, the ball's hoofed high and forward, trying to find Ferdinand for Basingstoke, but Winchester come away with it. Here is Buckley now on the left-hand side, just up to the halfway line. Winchester going forward. Here is Barron, captain, just playing it in the centre circle at the minute. Switching it to Buckley on the left-hand side, now inside the Basingstoke half. The rain's starting to come down a lot heavier now. Wilkie switching it to Jameson, the substitute. A lot of people now starting to make their way undercover here. Those who are stood out, getting quite wet here. It really is starting to rain quite heavy. But Winchester coming again now. Looks like they've got a new lease of life after going 2-0 down. And is that a penalty? Well, I'm not too sure whether it might have been given for a handball, but it looks like a penalty has been given for Winchester. And is this the gift that they need to get back into this one? Penalty for the home side. I think it might have been given for handball. It came in so quick. It's going to be IK Hill who's got the ball in hand. He's going to take the penalty. So Hill against Grant. Vital for Winchester to score this to get back in the game in the driving rain here. And I think the referee actually might have just yellow carded Simon Grant. As you can imagine, the Basingstoke fans are not happy. Hill versus Grant. Penalty for Winchester. Upsteps Hill, and he scores! Winchester City 1, Basingstoke Town 2. And Winchester find a lifeline. Well, what a game we've seen. 38 minutes played. And we're seeing it all here. You might be able to hear some of the Basingstoke fans just alongside us saying absolutely no chance. But it was a penalty. Hill with the goal then for Winchester to get back into it. 1, Basingstoke Town 2. Remember, Basingstoke down after George Reed sent off for 2 yellow cards. Here's Tommy Wright now for Winchester. Goes out for a Winchester throw just in front of their own dugout. Jamie Barron has the ball at his feet. Again, it's out for another Winchester throw. Same position. This time they go backwards. So now the ball just being pushed into the heart of midfield. Here is Wright now trying to gain a few yards, but Basingstoke managed to deal with it this time. A little bit of momentum shift in this game now. Winchester can smell a little bit of bludgy sense here. The ball's chipped forward, trying to find Ferdinand. It's headed back, though, to Kearney by the Winchester defence. Buckley has the ball at his feet now on the left-hand side, driving forward. He's making his way up to the halfway line. Goes back to Wilkie. Here now is Jones. Switches it over onto the right-hand side with Smith. Smith just plays the ball forward. It's a lovely ball forward, trying to find Trevor Cable. And the shot comes in. Oh, does it make its way through? Almost just misses left of the post. And it was actually Ross McCormick Joshua McCormick, who got the shot away there, but just missing left of the post. Remains Winchester City 1, Basingstoke 2. We are not too far away from half time now, but my oh my, have we seen it all. Will Charlton says, come on, Winch. Well, I can tell you, Will, you guys are right back in this now. Goal kick for Basingstoke. Played up high, up to the halfway line. It was headed away by Alex Wilkie. It's going to be a Basingstoke throw just inside their own half. Quite a lot of you are tuning in now as well. Get your comments coming in, everybody. I can see them. I will read them out. I want to hear from you guys. Tell us how long you've been supporting your club. What does Winchester or Basingstoke mean to you? Let me know. Don't forget the quiz question. I'll put that on the screen at half time as sounding good for you guys. Throw for Basingstoke. It's a long, high throw. It was Johnson Schuster with the throw. It's down. And this time, Winchester just managed to get the ball up high. Still with a lot of danger. Here's Ferdinand, just on the edge of the D. Moves back to goal, though. Trying to do a little bit of skillful to try and get the shot away, but Winchester just about managed to deal with it. Now they can try and come away here with Daniel Jones. Ball pumped forward, trying to find Trevor Cabon, but it only goes as far as James Clark, goal scorer for Winchester. Here's Gallagher, Robbie Gallagher, racing down the left wing. It comes into a bit of a collision, and we're going to have a free kick for Basingstoke in a similar position where they scored the goal. And actually, it's going to be a yellow card as well, I believe. In fact, the referee has shown an awful lot of cards in this game already. I believe it's Joshua McCormick who's just been shown the yellow card there by the referee. We've had a lot of cards shown. I've got to be honest, quite a card-happy ref. Right, Mark, you are right. Southern started in 1894-95 season. I think there are only 5 current Football League clubs. Right, it is 6, but one of the founding clubs wasn't called what it's called now. Does that make sense? So it was, when it was founded as part of the Southern League, it was called something. Now it's a familiar name. The ball's whipped in, almost. It looked like it. Looks like it thundered off the goalkeeper. It didn't. Yeah, just missed target, left of the post there, but looked like it was going to thunder off the goalkeeper. Again, a dangerous position though for Basingstoke. So, Mark, I will give you. You are almost right. You are almost right. Hang on, let me just have a look at my answers. Nearly. You've got one. That's assuming Wikipedia is correct, of course. Anyway, here we go. We're back into the action. Winchester have the ball at the halfway line at the minute. It's switched over onto the left-hand side. Here's Callum Buckley. Goes back to the centre with Jones. Jones looking for options, playing it over the top onto the right-hand side. It's raced into the box. It's going to be a corner for Winchester here. And you can just sense there has been a bit of a momentum shift since Winchester got that goal back, that courtesy of Hill. It was a penalty. Buckley screaming for it. Ball's blocked. Well played there by Gallagher and Ferdinand to block the ball for Basingstoke, but they only managed to clear it as far as their Winchester attack is headed out, though, for Winchester corner now. Came off a Basingstoke head. In comes the corner now. It's headed away, though. It comes in this time. Does it go in? Oh, almost. Grant just managed to quickly dive down to his left-hand side. It was a loose ball in the box, just poked forward, and Grant just managed to dive down onto his left-hand side and scoop the ball up. Grant now, goal kick for Basingstoke. It's a high, long ball. Buckley manages to head it forward, but only as far as Ferdinand. Brodie Pert goes back to Rudy Allen. Brodie Pert again trying to use his skill to get past Buckley, but Buckley's wise to it this time. It is a throw though for Basingstoke, deep inside the Winchester half here. We are approaching half time. Winchester City 1, Basingstoke Town 2. Basingstoke down to 10 men. Of course, George Reed sent off for a second yellow card after about 15 minutes or so. It is going to be Marcus Johnson Schuster to take the throw for Basingstoke. The men in mint green. In comes the ball. It's a flood of red shirts. They do manage to get it away, but only as far as Schuster Johnson. Now Brodie Pert has it. Back to Schuster. Pert trying to link up with Schuster, but can't. Still ball with Pert, who takes the shot in on his left foot. Cross-comb shot there, really. Missed everybody. Goes out for a Winchester goal kick. So, Mark, Millwall's correct, Luton's correct, Reading's correct, and Swindon's correct. If I am incorrect when I give you the answers, please do tell me. But according to my sources, I will show you what I have. Winchester have the ball at the minute, just in their own half, just playing it along the back line again. Now looking to gain a few yards as they just push up to the halfway line. It's Daniel Jones who has it on the right wing. Now he's trying to race forward. Can he find another red shirt? Still Jones is just dispossessed this time, though, by Upton. By Basingstoke, and it's with Buckley now. A bit of a miscontrol. Can he keep it in? He can. Buckley on the left-hand side, right on the halfway line. Goes back to Barron. Here's Captain Barron. Switches it to Jameson. There has been a collision, actually, on the left-hand side between Buckley and Pert. They're both getting back onto the field. A friendly collision. I think they're both back up now. They did sort of shake hands. And Winchester now looking to make the extra man count and starting to get a bit of a grip on this game. Balls with Buckley again on this left-hand side. Now ball inside the Basingstoke half. It's chipped forward, but it's a bit of a wasted ball. Basingstoke clear their lines, punt it forward high, but there isn't a single Basingstoke player in the Winchester half, and it goes all the way through to Kearney. Kearney, the Winchester goalkeeper, knocks it forward. He was trying to find Max Smith there, but Max Smith wasn't able to run and chase after it because I think he was stood in an offside position. It gives a thumbs up to his keeper. Right idea, just wrong time to do it. And now it's a throw for Basingstoke, deep inside their own half, and it's Marcus Johnson-Schuster with the throw. Buckley and Ferdinand going toe-to-toe. Ferdinand just nicks it forward but can't really get it anywhere, and Jameson knocks it over to the right-hand side, and it's Joshua McCormick charging now, charging right to the edge of the D, and McCormick has a shot! Oh, and just misses left. Wow, what a driving run that was by the Winchester number 2, and he went very close there. Grant was beaten, he just missed it, whizzed past the left post, and it remains Winchester City 1, Basingstoke 2, but Winchester are getting themselves back into this. There's a goal kick now for Basingstoke. Up the ball goes. Head one well there by Alex Wilkie. Here's Hill for Winchester. Ball's inside the Winchester half at the minute. McCormick goes back to Jameson. Here's Wilkie now, just playing it along the back again for Winchester. Happy to just keep hold of the ball at the minute. Here's Barron. He's just sitting in front of the 2 central defenders. Jones switches it back to Jameson. Of course, Jameson came on in the first half. The ball's played through, trying to find Wright. It's still Wright who has it at his feet, and somehow Grant's managed to get off his line, and it was Schuster Johnston as well, who had a bit of a crunching collision there with Wright. It was a bit of a 50-50, you know, and the 2 feet meet the ball, and it's almost deadlock there. Grant was quick off his line ball. But again, another opportunity there for Winchester. They started the game slow, went 2-0 down, and have grown back into it. Hill got one back, of course, thanks to the penalty. And now Gallagher on the left-hand side. And now Basingstoke are screaming for a penalty as well. They're adamant that Robbie Gallagher was fouled there. Referee says no, and it's a goal kick for Winchester. It's not Clapton, Mark. It's another one. So, Winchester in possession of the ball inside their own half. Here's Jameson now. Tries to play it forward. He did find Max Smith, who tried to flick it on, but it didn't go. And now it's with Robbie Gallagher on the left-hand side. Into the box, has the shot as well. And it's just pushed away by Kearney, almost into the path of Ferdinand. Here's Brodie Pert for Basingstoke. Basingstoke play back into their own half here. It's now Jack Ball. Now it's pumped forward. Upton trying to find Pert, who wins the header, but only goes back into midfield into a red shirt. It's a bit of a pinball at the minute in the midfield for both these two sides. It's a little poked ball over the top there by Barron, and it wasn't particularly well dealt with by Marcus Johnson-Schuster. The ball goes all the way back now to Kenny under no pressure in the Winchester goal. Here is Will Buckley. Sorry, Callum Buckley there. He loses the ball. And now Basingstoke are on the attack here. It's a driving run forward by Rudy Allen. He finds Ferdinand unmarked in the box. It's still Ferdinand who gets a shot away and scores. Lovely turn there by Liam Ferdinand when he picked up the ball inside the box. He had his back to goal. He managed to shake off the defender, turn around and just poke the ball home. And despite Winchester having all the momentum over the last 5 or 10 minutes or so, it's Basingstoke who extend their lead despite being down to 10 men. It's Winchester City 1, Basingstoke Town 3. Well. On the stroke of half time as well, just when Basingstoke were coming under so much pressure. It was a wonderful ball by Rudy Allen and a perfect ball to find Ferdinand, the goal machine for Basingstoke. He delivers once again and he restores Basingstoke's 2-goal advantage here. Winchester City 1, Basingstoke Town 3. And we have seen it all in this first half. We really have. And surely we must be almost done. We've had about 5.5 minutes of time added on at the end of this first half, rightly so as well, because we've had 4 goals. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, what an entertaining opening 51 minutes it's been, really. We've had 4 goals. We've had a penalty. We've had a red card. We've had an injury. It's all gone on here at the Charters Community Stadium. It has been an absolutely remarkable opening 45 minutes here. You won't want to miss the second half, and you don't have to either. Don't go anywhere just yet. So let's remind you of that quiz question. I will pop it on screen for you. So which 6 current Football League teams are founder members of the Southern League? Now, very kindly, Mark has been in touch with us. I think I could show you comment on screen, actually, Mark, if that's okay. Southern started in the 1894-95 season. I think there are only 5 current. There are actually 6. And the answer is this. I'll show it on screen. I know you're desperate to see this. So here's the answers. So it is Luton Town, which you got Millwall, Reading, Swindon, Bromley, and Gillingham. Yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gillingham. They were known as New Brompton at the time, though. They're now Gillingham. So they are your 6. Now, if you want to dispute that, feel free. I got it off Wikipedia. So if I'm ever so incorrect at all, then please correct me. But that is the answer to that quiz question. Which 6 current Football League teams founder members of the Southern League? The answer is Luton Town, Millwall, Reading, Swindon, Bromley, and Gillingham. They were known as New Brompton. Right, I think I need a cup of tea after that. Blimey, what an opening. A bit of salvo action we've seen here. It's been an absolute corker. The second half, if it's anything like the first, boy, oh boy, we're in for a real treat. I still think this game is on a bit of a knife edge. Winchester were really getting back into it after Hill converted that penalty to make it 2-1. And then there was Ferdinand to do what he does best and restore Basingstoke's lead. At the break here, it is Winchester City 1, Basingstoke Town 3. And I will be back for the second half. Don't go far.
One mistake. I couldn't remember that mistake. Stewart, it was never. I went to bed and I saw yellow. Did anybody get that?
I've heard of wanting to get the hot water in the ground.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's a good anyone.
Oh yeah, I've got a chair. Yeah, I've been talking to this person.
I'm very happy at the moment, Kev. Yeah. Hey? I can tell. There's a big grin on his face. Some of our fans do. Ah, I see.
We scored the second goal.
I did do it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. No change. Got good options off the bench if we need them. Hopefully we'll be all right.
Hopefully that's on. Yeah. I think even the bad
At kick-off we were 7th, yeah.
I went down the other day and we went all our games over 50%.
Sounds good, doesn't it? So that's today, Harlow, Dorchester, Bracknell and Saturday. Wimbledon. Sounds alright, doesn't it? I think we should aim for that.
That's all right for us, isn't it?
Yeah, I won't be complaining.
Yeah. I don't know where Leon is, somewhere around here.
He was said.
And then we both get called on.
At one point in the first half, I saw him sat here.
Yeah, things are perfect,
I don't know, it'll have to be a Tuesday night now. Yeah.
team from the league.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot more on Saturday.
Yeah, it's like we've scored 2 early. It's tiny.
I saw you before kickoff when you were down there raising it up. Yeah. Might have a better view than me. You might be higher up. I don't know.
That's a good good thing about my wheelchair is
It goes quite a long way up, doesn't it?
I'm not allowed to drive like
No, it's not. But it's good. It's good for football, isn't it? To see over. Yeah, you reckon? Have you mentioned it to him?
I did, but
You're not keen.
I don't think he was keen, but he did queued up for us.
Each their own, I guess. Not really in any position to give a recommendation myself.
Yeah, well, because he can't play in football league. He's on ADHD medication,
Sorry?
which is
Family and football. Yeah.
Yes, it's entirely. I'm hoping to go to football today, but they're all coming to me. I want to go to football. Can I go, please?
You can't miss it. When's the last time you missed a game?
I can't remember.
I bet you can't. It's been a long time.
I forgot about this game. Only got Ian reminded me in the week.
This one was rearranged, wasn't it? It's not on the normal day. So.
The Bracknell one was 1 o'clock now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whilst people are doing well.
I think they were trying to get Boxing Day to be an early kick-off as well. But it will stay at 3 now. It will be 3.
What a free kick by Andre Ryan in the last minute.
It was good, wasn't it? Yeah.
You're angry when
To
I've not heard anything.
I haven't heard.
Because I've not allowed to speak anywhere.
2 games in
They
a
take
row,
the money,
free
they'll tell
kicks.
you.
Yeah. Not having season in a row, really.
shot down and probably turned the fuck off. Robbie's got that defender on toast.
Books now as well, but get running at him.
Okay, I'll leave. Sorry, Gaffer. Simon was at the game on Saturday, Nick.
Sorry, Kev, what was that? Kev, what's that?
Simon's done it at the game on Saturday.
Yeah, I had a little chat with him after full time. Yeah. Good that
No, I
he's
didn't
still
go to Glasgow.
involved.
So that's cargo.
Yeah, she'll make a port cabin.
Okay. This is a local derby for us.
I went and watched the game there last season with my partner.
Yeah, might be, yeah.
Along with Bracknell.
I was going to say Bracknell's the other one that comes to mind, but I don't think there's any closer than that this season.
Red cards in the game. 3 of them we missed.
I'm amazed the referee can see as well.
Probably. I can only see so much from here, so I wouldn't argue with the ref or the assistant. They were both right there.
I'm not sure what that would be.
They're probably right.
See.
I mean, it's unlucky. It's no more than that. I think it was Robbie.
I used to referee youth Sunday.
Not a lot more he could have done about it. It happens when you slide like that. Your arms
I remember refereeing a game sort of front wall green area. On a Saturday morning, it was probably about 1.5 degrees. It was amazing it hadn't frozen, so the game went ahead and I was absolutely freezing.
And of course, there's a referee who can't remember stuff like that. They don't just
Yeah, there was one on the girls' part of the game. Will you come and do this? I was like, yeah, sure. That's fine. That's the only time where the referee actually went in the back. You guys can't wait. It was like, I got home, I was retaining catches. That's how it worked. And I was like, had to dry it out in the area. I got home, it was absolutely all dread. I was just like,
He's only young. He's a paper.
Yeah, I did like 15 to 18. So I referee pretty much the same team. Still 7 science.
See, when I was good, all the kids played together.
Oh my god! Yeah,
That's quite easy. That's a good point.
yeah. I love the set. I love the set aside game because you get 2 games in the morning on Sunday, 8 in each. It's great. I don't even have to move on. It's like just stand in the middle and see it. It's so easy.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm enslaved by
A player must be 7 foot tall, and he's at this. Well, mate, yeah, I'm walking away. And all the folks are saying, "Go quick, mate, you and he's saying, "Shut up." Yes, and I'm like,
I think that's fair.
That was back in what? That was late 90s, wasn't it? Early 90s.
The advantage of refereeing 12-year-olds when they got to play 11 songs, they'd be really annoyed for about 10 seconds on you. Either didn't give them a foul or gave a foul against them. And then the ball would move again, and they'd immediately go, football, and run after it. You'd see it in their eyes, they'd go, ball's moving, gone. They just didn't end up really they were always annoyed. I had a coach, so it was a team out of state. Because it was sort of northeast and kind of dragged state. Yeah. Dragged them in. It was still a 7 so that's been 90s. There was this one kid who was just, I remember it, clear as day. He was this one player was standing on everybody's feet. I think I was looking. His ball wasn't around, he was just standing there. And I saw it the first time. I see, third time he did it, I went, well, that's enough now. He's noticed me, he's clearly not taking it. So I thought, you need to stop doing this. So, yeah, absolutely. He's definitely sliding at me. And I went,
All right, everybody, welcome back. I am back. I didn't actually go and get a cup of tea. I've got to be honest. I just stayed sat where I am. Right. We're not quite underway. Players just making their way back out now. Winchester just warming up. They're going to be shooting left to right this time, of course, in their home black and red strip, whereas Basingstoke, they're going to be shooting right to left this time in their all mint kit. Now, another little question there. Thank you for especially Mark for getting involved with that and everybody as well for that particular question about founding members of the Southern League. Another little one for you as well. I do know the answer because I actually wrote it down. If you look at the image that I've got on screen right now and the Basingstoke badge, there is some Latin written there. It says Vestigia Nulla Retrosum. Does anybody know what that means? Have a guess or Google it if you like, whatever. We are going to have a substitution as well. For it looks like for Winchester here, the number 15 is going to be coming on. So Malumbo is going to be coming on, and I think it's going to be Max Smith, the former Basingstoke man, coming off. So Malumba is on, Smith is off. That's the only change we've seen so far in this second half. We're about to get underway. Still haven't got quite underway. They were, of course, forced into that change in the first half as well. Winchester Jameson came on, the defender for Winchester. Second spell, actually, with the club for Robert Jameson. Also played for Wimborne Town. And it's going to be Winchester to get us back underway. Thanks for all your comments so far. Second half action coming up. What an entertaining opening 45 minutes we saw. All to play for here. It really ups. Does up the winch? That's what it means. I don't think it does, Mark. But thank you anyway. Right, Will's got in touch as well. I normally do Winch Media, but I'm home for Christmas. Absolutely gutted I'm missing this. It is a really good game, actually, Will. And I've got to say, Winchester have had spells where they've played really well. They can't really have the ball at the minute on the halfway line, just nipping it forward down onto the right-hand wing. And Malumbo's going to get his first touch of the ball and does down the right-hand side. Doesn't quite manage to keep it in, and it's going to be a Basingstoke throw deep inside their own half. So I can't quite see that far right-hand corner because of all the fans down there. But we're into the second half now. We are underway. Can Winchester find a way back into this one? Hill with the penalty. That made it 2-1 before Gallagher linked up well with Ferdinand. And now Winchester trying to get through. And Grant has to get down quick. And already Malumbo's causing all sorts of problems in a forward position for Winchester. He's certainly a player to worth keeping our eye out on. Simba Malumda joined the club from Fleet, obviously played at Alton. He was the Players' Player of the Season in 2022-23. The ball's now with Basingstoke. Winchester have just managed to clear the lines. The ball found its way into the Winchester box. But now Winchester come away with it on the right-hand side up to the halfway line. Got a little bit of space to move into and do. It's McCormick, who was quite bright in the opening 45 minutes. Here's Hill for Winchester, just racing towards the D. Has a shot, and it's just missed left of the post again. Grant was worried, though. Dived to make a save. Just pulled his hand away at the last minute because he knew it was missing. And it's a goal kick for Basingstoke. Well, I said it in the first half. It's a pretty decent attendance tonight. I'm not too sure what it is. I think Winchester have been averaging about 326 for home games this season. Basingstoke about 660 for their home games. Basingstoke now have the ball inside the Winchester half over on the right-hand side. Robbie Gallagher takes the ball, but it's just straight offside. It's going to be a free kick for Winchester just at the edge of the box. They want to play it quick to Winchester, but still haven't played it. They showed all intentions of playing it quick. Now they have done, and they're just racing up towards the halfway line. McCormick is screaming for you. He was just racing. He's the furthest player forward, the number 2 for Winchester at the minute. Trevor Caborn on the right-hand side. Didn't see too much from him in the opening 45 minutes. So Joshua McCormick gets the ball into the box. Oh, and it falls to the feet of Simon Malumba, and it's gone in. I'm sure it's an own goal, is it? But what has happened is Winchester have got another one back, and it's Winchester City 2, Basingstoke 3. Well, it was McCormick doing all of the work there, got the ball into the danger area. I'm not too sure, got the final touch. It looked like an own goal to me, but it was blasted into the back of the net. What to do in City 2, Basingstoke Town 3. And boy, oh boy, we are seeing an absolute thriller here at the Charters Community Stadium. Well. Right back into it now, Winchester City. I'm enjoying this. It's my first ever visit here. I got to thank him here at Winchester for when I contacted the club saying, yeah, come on down. We'd love to have you here. Big thank you. And to the board of Winchester as well for giving the thumbs up. So thank you very much to everybody at Winchester and everybody here as well at Basingstoke. Got the media team alongside me as well. Everybody's been fantastic. So if you've never been down to the Charters Community Stadium, get yourself down for a game. Why not? If you're in the area and you've never been down, if you live in Winchester, if you've never been here before, come on down. Even if you have been here and it's been a while since you last popped down, come on down. It's a great atmosphere. It's a great place to be. You can have a drink. Can't do that in the Premier League. You can only do it in non-league football. And it's a high division as well. Of course, remember, the league winners will go into the National League South. Well, I remind you, the likes of Torquay United, of course, just play one division above these boys. Dorking Wanderers going well in that division as well. The likes of Boreham Wood in it as well. The ball's clipped forward. Here's Ferdinand now. It's down though, and Winchester come away with it up to the halfway line. It's Josh McCormick who's caused all sorts of problems. He really probably has been the brightest player for Winchester City in this game, the number 2, Joshua McCormick. Here's Trevor Caborn, who's on the right-hand side. He's under a lot of pressure from Robbie Gallagher. And Winchester deal with it well and go back to the defensive line. It was Alex Wilkie. He just picked the loose ball up there. It's Wilkie again. He's the furthest player back, but he's just on the edge of the centre circle now. It's trotted into the Basingstoke half. Just nips the ball forward to Caborn. The two number 9s now have Wright and Fernand go toe-to-toe, but Winchester still just gaining yards. Now it's switched over onto the left-hand side. A high ball comes into the box. It's away. Caborn manages to get it. He's trying to lay it off to McCormick, but it's done away, and it's a 50-50 sliding tackle there between... it was the number 3 of James Clark, who got the goal, of course, in that first half. And also Jamie Barron, former Gosport man. Here's Jameson. Now switching out over onto the left-hand side to Callum Buckley. He saw a lot of the ball in the first half. It's all Winchester at the minute. Winchester City 2, Basingstoke 3. The shot came in and it's high. It's well over. It's a poor effort in the end as the rain just starts to come back down again. I'll tell you something. This is an absolute thriller of a game. It really is. We have seen it all. Will Charlton. He's magic, you know. His name is Simba Malambo. Good man, Will. I've got to get you down here for a game and on comms with me. That would be fun. I think we'd have a good time. And Mark as well. I think myself, Will, and Mark, you boys, come on. Let's do a commentary all together. That'd be fun. The rain is driving across the pitch now. It's just starting to get heavier. Was a bit forecaster. Simba Malumba just knocked the ball down there since coming on at half time. He's been the difference, really. He's just given Winchester a little bit more of attacking prowess, a bit more of a target man to go for, and it's paid dividends so far, getting back into the game quickly. Winchester City 2, Basingstoke Town 3. Of course, Basingstoke, don't forget, are down to 10 men. George Reed sent off in the first half, and now Winchester coming forward once again. Here's Caborn on the right-hand side. Can he get across in? He can, but it's to nobody at all, and it's out for a Basingstoke goal kick. Okay, Will, I'll tell you what, let's find... let's do a Winchester away game to change as well. Trevor Caborn is coming off for Winchester, and coming on is George Britton. Britton did start the last game. He comes on and Caborn goes off. Trevor Caborn, who used to play for Alton. Off he goes. George Britton comes on. So another change for Winchester there. The ball's up high and it's going to go back to Kenny in goal. It's just headed back by the defender, and now Winchester are looking to race forward. It's with Barron in the heart of midfield. Tommy Wright on the right-hand side, but he's swamped by Basingstoke players. He did really, really well there to find George Britton, the man who's just come on. Here's McCormick trying to find Britton again, but it's cut away by Basingstoke defence, but it's going to be a Winchester throw just inside the Basingstoke half. It's played quickly. We're back underway, and the ball's with the captain, Jamie Barron. He goes back to the heart of defence. Now just switching it onto the left-hand side, up to the halfway line. Here's Malumba. He goes back, and the ball finds its way all the way to Alex Wilkie. Winchester just happy to keep hold of the ball again. If the forward pass isn't on, they're not afraid to go backwards. It's sensible play. Here's McCall, hand side, gets the ball into the box. Way. And now a little bit of space. The shot comes in. It's high. It's over. It was Daniel Jones with the shot. Just managed to work his way into a little bit of space. I'll be a little bit disappointed with that one. Had a little bit of time to take the shot. But it was no threat for Simon Grant. In fact, the ball went over the fencing, over the goal, right at the back as well, the green fencing over the top. And it's a goal kick for Basingstoke. Well, as it stands at the minute, Basingstoke will go within 2 points of the playoffs. Dorchester Town currently occupied that last spot. They're 5 points above Basingstoke. Winchester, of course, out of the relegation zone on goal difference from Tiverton Town, but it was big swing. I think Winchester came into the game with -7 goal difference, and Tiverton's is -17. So there's never really any danger in dropping into the relegation zone, but a good opportunity to maybe move themselves away from danger. Of course, this game was due to be played back in November, but due to Winchester's Cup exploits, it had to be rearranged. And I've got to be, from a selfish point of view, I'm really glad it was rearranged to tonight, because it's the only day I could have made. The ball comes in and Ferdinand gets up, headers it towards goal. Kearney picks it up quite easily, wanted to play it early, does play it onto the left-hand side, a short ball. But now Winchester come again up to the halfway line once again on the left wing. Now it's played back into the middle. It's Barron. And again, Winchester just slow the ball back. I'm just happy to play it along the two central defenders. Now it's a killer ball forward. Lovely ball. Now into the halfway, into the Basingstoke half. Goes back to Jones. Here's Jones with a little bit of time. He finds Josh McCormack, who's under a little bit of pressure from Gallagher. Manages to wiggle away from him and wins the free kick in a dangerous position. An opportunity here. Roughly 35 or so. McCormack has a go, has the shot, but it's deflected. It was Rudy Allen who got a touch onto it. And Simon Grant rather elaborately dives onto the ball just to slow things down a little bit, which you can understand. They are currently leading this one by 3 goals to 2. Winchester City 2, Basingstoke Town 3. 4 goals in the first half. We've had 1 for Winchester in the second. Of course, George Reed, though, sent off after about 15 minutes for Basingstoke Town, a second yellow card. It's a throw in for Winchester at the minute. Barron touches it back, and the ball's now with the Winchester defence. Here's Jameson. Under a little bit of pressure from Ferdinand. Can't quite chase it down, and Winchester deal with it well, just passing it again along the back line. Now looking to make a little bit of progression forward on the left-hand side in the rain as it comes down. Here's Barron in the centre circle. Not really under too much pressure. His opposite number just having a little bit of a sniff. Just places play, just slowing down a little bit, but Barron's now charging forward. Has he been pushed down to the ground? He has, and he wins a free kick. Again, similar sort of distance, but a little bit further off to the left-hand side this time. A little bit of handbags there, and the referee's just going to have a quick chat with a couple of the players. I think it was Rudy Allen involved in that one for Basingstoke, but it is a free kick again for Winchester. Basingstoke have been pretty impressive from their set pieces. First goal coming from the free kick, the second coming from a corner. And now Winchester have got a chance to show us what they can do. Basingstoke substitute is getting ready as well. They're about to be making a change. Dan Brownlee is going to show his hand, the Basingstoke manager. Before that, though, we are going to have the free kick, and it's high, it's over. It's a poor shot, really. And it's a bit of a wasted opportunity, and Winchester just trot back towards the halfway line. Well, it has been a thrilling game. It really extra question as well on the Basingstoke badge is that Latin Vestigianulla Retrostrum. What does that mean? Well, I'll tell you. It does actually mean never a step backwards. There you go. Never a step backwards. And that's about as much as I've got on that one. So we are about to have a change. Of course, Winchester, a lot of history as well. Founded in 1884 as Winchester Swallows FC. And we are about to have that Basingstoke change very shortly, but it is going to be a Basingstoke throw just in front of the Winchester dugout. Do keep your comments coming in, guys. I'd love to hear from you. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. It's been an absolute corker of a game. It really, really has. It's headed away, but Basingstoke trying to just nip forward this time. It's up to the halfway line, but with Basingstoke at the minute, they'll be quite keen to try and slow the game down, but Robbie Gallagher gets there first and has it. He's got space on the left-hand side. Gallagher charges into the box. Still going. Still Gallagher. He's just been held up a little bit by the Winchester defence. He's just inside the box. Now he's been pushed a bit further out. He gets the ball in. The cross comes in. It's still there. And, it's just nipped away by Kearney. It looks so slow, like it was in slow motion. It was Gallagher who managed to, wonderful play from him. He really created it, get the ball into the box, just put it into the danger zone. Ferdinand couldn't quite get turned away or get enough on it. Did just manage to toe punt it towards goal. Kenny nicked it away, and it's a... Will has said, who would you say has been Winch's best player? I would probably say it's been Joshua McCormick, the number 2. He's really been the architecture of everything that's been good. So far, it comes in, it's cleared off the line. And this time, it's Malumbu knocks it away. He's trying to find Hill, who's had a bit of space, but it's headed out on the halfway line for a Winchester throw into the hands of Wright, who gives it to McCormick, who were just talking about him. A switch play over to the right-hand side. And McCormick's made his way back, and here he is now. Here's Britton, back to McCormick. McCormick goes back to Barron in the heart of midfield. Now they switch it over onto the left-hand side. Goes back to Alex Wilkie, who's just trotted into the Basingstoke half. Ferdinand's trying to chase him down, and he was trying to play it fast and forward to Britton, but it was just too much on it. He was never going to get that quick enough. As you may expect, Basingstoke are quite happy just to slow place down a little bit. Someone's asked, Shahil's asked, will Winchester win? It's a great question. I mean, they are on top in the second half. They've been a better team in the second half, and they've got the man extra. But what's crucial is that they don't lead. It's Winchester City 2, Basingstoke 3. So Basingstoke have something to defend for the remainder of this game. And we've seen them break and get a goal. In fact, they went 3-1 ahead right on the stroke of half-time. And they've just had a good chance as well, again, courtesy of whilst Ferdinand's in the squad, absolutely anything can happen. They're always a threat at Basingstoke. But at the minute, the momentum is certainly with the home side. And Winchester look the most likely to score again. Could be a valuable point, would prove quite valuable for which side, the way that they've played with Basingstoke down to 10 men. I think anything other than the 3 points will be quite disappointing for them, but they have managed to score a second goal, which is something they haven't managed to do in the previous 5 league games. Now Winchester again just pushing forward, and you can see Basingstoke are just starting to sit deeper and deeper. Jameson nicks the ball over to Britton. Britton gets the cross into the box. There's too many mint green shirts, but it's high. Danger's not quite cleared yet. Barron tries to bring it down. Barron has it. He's got Hill in support. The ball comes into the box again. This time it's cleared away, but it's only as far as Hill. Hill gets a shot away, and it's off the bar. I don't believe it. It's hit the post and come back out again. Hill can't quite get it in. Oh, my word. What a game we're seeing. This is absolutely thrilling stuff. And you've got to say, at the minute, Basingstoke are hanging on. The support is great to hear. Will Charlton says, Capital Wing, you'll never sing that. But now Winchester into the box. Is that going to be a penalty for Basingstoke? Well, nobody's quite sure what he's given it in a minute, but a Basingstoke, I believe it was a Basingstoke number 8, was it? Charged into the box. He was barreled down. We're not too sure quite what the referee has given yet. Was it a 50-50 tackle? What is the referee going to do here? DeAndre Brown charged in and shouts of off from the Basingstoke support. This could be the defining moment in the game. Was it even in the box? I'm just looking at where all the players are stood. It might be just outside the box. And it's going to be a red card. It is. Card. And he showed it to Tommy Wright. Tommy Wright has been sent off for Winchester City. The tackle was just outside the box. It is literally inside the D, as close to the line as you can possibly get it. And Tommy Wright has been sent off for Winchester City. And it is now 10v10. Wow. I mean, we have seen everything in this game, haven't we? And now Basingstoke have a golden opportunity from a set piece once again. They've already scored 2 from dead ball situations in this game. They have another opportunity, and surely if they get a fourth here, that could be game, set, and match. It is DeAndre Brown. It looks like the Basingstoke number 8, not shy of a goal himself. Brown. Winchester have packed a wall full of men. In fact, there's 6 in the Winchester wall. Kearney's just trying to organise. He stood dead centre of the goal. There's Luke Kearney. Looks like it's going to be Brown to strike. He strikes it. Oh, just missed left. Oh, it was a wonderful, powerful effort. I think it had everybody beat. It just needed to be on target, and it just wasn't. Winchester survived that one, but now it's a level playing field in terms of men on the field. So Tommy Wright sent off for Winchester in the second half. George Reed was sent off for Basingstoke in the first half. It's now 10 v 10. What an evening's football we are seeing. This is going to be one of the most dramatic games of the season, surely. It's been an absolute corker so far, and it's not over yet. And here come Winchester now, driving forward. Dan Jones has really come alive in this second half for Winchester. He really, really has. He's marshalling the centre of the park for the home side. Barron goes in with a thumping tackle there, wins the ball, and Winchester have it with their defensive line. Jameson gives it to Britton, who just has to take a step or two back into his own half. Here is Jameson now, switches it over to the left-hand side with Wilkie. Oh, it's a poor ball forward, dispossessed, and Basingstoke have it now on the halfway line, just knocking it forward. It's a 50-50 tackle again, and now an opportunity for Basingstoke to drive forward, but the ball's cut out, and now it's McCormick who cut the ball away. My man of the match so far. He's driving forward right to the edge of the D, but this time he's dispossessed by Rudy Allen. McCormick has it again, though. The loose ball, he's managed to pick it up, trying to switch it over to the right-hand side, but the defender just managed to get a touch on it, and it goes back to Grant in the Basingstoke goal. Well, I'll tell you something, everybody. This is breathless stuff. I definitely, I have to say, I need you boys here. I really, really do. Will, Mark, I definitely need you guys on comms with me because I could do with a break. I don't really want to. It's such a good game. Basingstoke have the ball now in the Winchester half, but they just play it back to the halfway line. Just allowing us to have a little breather. Hill given away, and Malumba knocks it forward. Here's Hill on the left-hand side. Under a little bit of pressure there from Johnston Schuster. Now that's switched over to Britton on the right-hand side. He's up against James Clark, and Britton, tying him in knots, gets the ball in, but it's not quite enough across the face of goal to trouble Grant in goal. Bit of a there by George Britton, and Clark was a little bit disappointed there that he didn't really trouble Britton too much and put his side under a little bit of danger. But we are back underway now. The ball up high. In fact, the wind is driving. Certainly an advantage now for Winchester as well, almost playing with the wind behind them. You can see when the goal kicks are taken for Basingstoke, it's barely making it to the halfway line, but Basingstoke have the ball now, switches it over to Robbie Gallagher, who just trots into the box, has the shot, it's deflected, and it's going to stay in for Winchester. Now it's out, takes deflection, and it's going to be, I thought it should have been a Winchester throw there, but it's been given away at Basingstoke, deep inside the Winchester half, throw in for the visitors. Will Charlton, again, it's still plenty of time. Let's try and get a point at least. I think that would probably be a fair reflection of the game, to be honest with you, Will. A draw. Basingstoke came out of the blocks very quick in the game and deservedly so went 1-0 up. And almost against the run of play, actually, nicked to second. And then it was Hill converted a penalty to make it 2-1. And then Basingstoke stunned the Charters Community Stadium really by making it 3-1 on the stroke of half time before an early goal in the second half for Winchester's made it 2-3. And that's how it stays at the minute. But a red card for either side makes it 10 against 10. And it's all square with players on the pitch. The ball is now back with Grant, who puts a high ball forward. You can just see the ball, when it goes up high, it stops and almost comes back down vertically. And Malumba's put a little bit of pressure. Grant had to deal with that quickly. He was starting to get under a bit of pressure, and Britton has it now on the right-hand side. He's still going. He's swamped by two mint green Basingstoke players, and still somehow the ball sticks to the feet of Britton, who just gets himself tangled up, and the ball trickles out for a Basingstoke throw. Well, we're about to have another change for Basingstoke and Winchester as well. And it's the captain going off for Winchester. So Jamie Barron goes off. I didn't see who came on. So Barron is off. Just trying to see who's coming on. I'll get a number very shortly for you as well. As soon as he turns around, I'll be able to tell you. I'm trying to see who hasn't come on yet, actually. It could be Bartlett. It's number 14, and it is. It's Daniel Bartlett has come on. So Bartlett on and coming off for Basingstoke. He's number 7, which is Brodie Pert is coming off. He's been quite quiet actually in this second half. And coming on is a number 17, but I don't have a number 17 on my team sheet, so I'm not too sure who's coming on. I'm really sorry about that, everybody. Well, prior to this one, Basingstoke's away record wasn't particularly amazing. 2 wins, 5 draws, and 2 defeats. Those defeats against Chertsey and Hammond at Waterlooville, but done their goals the world of good. Had scored 15 away from home before this. Now made that up to 18. They've still failed to keep a clean sheet on the road this season, Basingstoke. Throw comes in, it's headed down. It's going to be another Basingstoke throw in a similar sort of position. And you can sense the urgency from Winchester because Malumba is chasing after it to give it back to Basingstoke. Clark with the throw halfway inside the Basingstoke half. In it comes Ferdinand with Jameson. It was a bit of a 50-50 ball, and Basingstoke still holding on to it. Here comes the Basingstoke number 17, who I don't have a clue who it is because I don't have a name down on the team sheet for the number 17. So apologies about that. If somebody could tell me in the comments section, I'd greatly appreciate it. I really, really would. Schuster under a lot of pressure there from Hill. Schuster comes away with it. Johnson Schuster, the number 2 for Basingstoke, nicks it forward, and under a little bit of pressure, the free kick is given in favour of Basingstoke. Just a little bit of holding there. Gallagher went down under a bit of pressure, was held back by the Winchester defender, and it's a free kick for Basingstoke just inside the Basingstoke half. Well, the crowd certainly enjoying this one this evening. Basingstoke fans in fine voice behind the goal that they're attacking now to my left. Mark says Simba will score another. Quiet over the last 5 minutes or so has Simba, although now he's trying to charge down. Just as I say that, here he is, Simba on the left-hand side. He's all alone, though, at the minute, under a little bit of pressure, pushed off to the left-hand side. Now Winchester starts to get a few players into the box. He goes back to Callum Buckley. Now it's with the number 14, Bartlett. McCormack gives it to Britton. Britton's had a bright second half since coming on as well. George Britton, the number 17 for Winchester. And the ball's with Jameson back in defence now with Winchester. Every single Basingstoke player is now in their own half. Simba trying to chase it down, but the number 6 of Upton pumps the ball out for a Winchester throw. If in doubt, kick it out is the saying, the old cliche, and he certainly did that. Now the ball comes in to the box, and Simba's trying to chase after it, but Grant is off his line quick and scoops the ball away. Well, what a game we're seeing, and you sense Basingstoke now will do everything they can to waste as much time as possible. It's a high boot forward, and again, you just see it just makes it over the halfway line this time, but the wind, it's quite vicious as it gets high. Certainly an advantage for Winchester in this second half to be shooting downwind. Here is Simba now at the halfway line under too much pressure from too many mint shirts, and it was Jack Ball, who scoops it out, and it's now going to be a Winchester throw. Jack Ball, of course, as I said, former Farnborough man, used to play college football, soccer, dare we say, over in America as well. And here's Kearney with the ball at his feet. Jameson and Kearney under a little bit of pressure here from Ferdinand and the number 17 for Basingstoke. And Kearney now trying to do a bit of silky skills, trying to take on Ferdinand. I'm not sure that's necessarily the right thing to do, but was put under a little bit of pressure, does manage to deal with it, and now Wilkie has the ball. Now it's with Bartlett. Forward it goes to McCormick, who did well to get the ball to Britton. Clark and Britton going toe-to-toe, and Clark comes away with it. No foul given by the referee, and 17 comes away and over the halfway line into the Winchester half. 17 tries to chip it forward to find Ferdinand, but it goes all the way through to Kearney, and at the minute it's Winchester with the ball, and 17 tries to nip that one away, almost does. He said Basingstoke just found a little bit of extra energy now over the last 5 minutes or so. It's chasing every single ball down. Nice bit of skill by Hill. Still Hill driving forward. Dispossessed, though, by Brown. A free kick given, no. And Winchester have the ball in the centre circle, just inside the Basingstoke half. Free kick. Stood over it is Daniel Bartlett. Here's Bartlett again. Now trying to trot forward. Finds Britton on the right-hand side again. Upton with him for company, but Britton trying to use the skills. A lovely ball into the box as well. It's just about dealt with here. And a crunching tackle there to get the ball away. Buckley still trying to chase it down. Now Basingstoke come away. Here is Ferdinand. Still Ferdinand. He's got the number 17 on the right-hand side if he can find him. He doesn't. He goes to Gallagher on the right-hand side. Still Gallagher charging into the box. Gets the shot away, but it's straight into the hands of Kearney. Well, Winchester coming forward, and Simba trying to chase the ball down is offside. It doesn't stop Grant hoofing the ball up high. And the ball goes back, and it's going to be a free kick here after Simba was just caught offside there. James Clark has the ball at his feet. James Clark was the Basingstoke supporters player of the season. And now Winchester looking to break. Hill, he's got such a turn of pace, isn't he? IK Hill, when he gets going. He's such a handful, isn't he? So easy to win a foul with his quick feet. But Basingstoke come away with it again. Here's Gallagher charging forward. Switching it over onto the right-hand side, trying to find the number 17. Apologies again, I have to keep calling out. I just don't know who he is. He's not on my team sheet. But it's a throw for Basingstoke, halfway inside the Winchester half. Well, it's a real topsy-turvy game at the minute. It could be absolutely anybody's. It's too difficult to call. Just having a little bit of a break in play at the minute. We're going to have another Basingstoke substitution whilst we wait. Let's see who it is who's going off. So coming on is Namandi Wachuku, and going off is Robbie Gallagher. Namandi comes on. Gallagher's off. He's had a bright game, actually, as Gallagher. He's looked dangerous all throughout the game. Robbie Gallagher joined Basingstoke from Didcot in the summer. And on comes Namandi. Centre forward. He joined the club from Cheshire. Also played for the likes of Braintree, Welling and Marlow. Can he secure the game? A goal now, you would sense, for Basingstoke would secure the 3 points. However, the equaliser for Winchester, we could be on for a thriller of a finish, couldn't we? Whatever happens, this has been one of the most entertaining games I've been to this season. I had the pleasure of commentating on the Premier League this season as well. I did Crystal Palace Liverpool a month or so ago. If I'm honest, this is a more entertaining game. And I'm not just saying that, generally mean it. This has been a wonderful evening's entertainment. If you're in the stadium, you've caught an absolute cracker. If you're tuning in and listening, well, thank you for tuning in and listening. It's been well worth it. I really hope you've enjoyed it. It's not over yet, of course. Don't go anywhere. So you've got to stay with us right to the end now. Winchester City 2, Basingstoke Town 3. And it is an absolute thriller. A hurricane in Hampshire. It's a corker. It really is. His 17 now for basically trying to chip it over to Namandi, who brings it down well. Just inside the Winchester half. Has to go backwards, though. Here's Johnson Schuster, who finds Namandi, who's racing forward onto the right-hand side. Just gets the ball into the box. It's cut away, though, by the Winchester defence. We're driving forward again. The ball comes in again, and it goes out. And the corner has been given there. Well, if you wonder why I went a little bit quiet, because I'm trying to make sense of what happened there. The ball came whipped into the box, and it came off about 3 bodies. It was away from goal. It wasn't going to go in, but it must have come off for Winchester. I agree with the referee there, but it is a Basingstoke corner, and they've been dangerous from these dead ball situations in this game so far. In comes the ball now. Oh, it's almost ahead. It's off the line. It's cleared off the line from the chest of one of the Winchester defenders. Again, Winchester struggling from a dead ball situation, but they survive this one. Oh boy, oh boy. I don't want this to end. I really, really don't. I don't want either team to lose either, to be fair. Winchester don't deserve to lose this. And Joshua McCormick over on the far-hand side, I can see he's limping quite a bit at the minute. Let's hope he is okay. He has been a bright spark for Winchester in this game. Now it's switched. Or was it Jameson, actually? Because I might be nick forward. Here is Hill. He's just tackled by the number 17. And here comes Rudy Allen on the left-hand side for Basingstoke. Just makes it into the Winchester half. He goes back, though, to Clark. Clark, with a little bit of time, just makes his way up to the halfway line. He's got Rudy Allen back in support if he needs it. That's who he goes to. Don't really make any gain there, but now they switch the ball over to the right-hand side. And here's Namandi. He's up against McCormick on the right-hand side. And McCormick makes the tackle. But McCormick goes down again. He's looking hurt. And Namandi comes away with it on the right-hand side. It's still Namandi. The ball comes into the box. And this time, Winchester have got plenty of time to deal with the danger and come away with it. This time, it's George Britton who has the ball deep inside his own half on the right-hand side, but not under any pressure. Now, Winchester have it on the left-hand side of the park, looking to bring it into the halfway. It's a high ball switched over, trying to find Britton, but Clark wins the head. But he just heads it out for a Winchester throw just inside their own half. All to play for here at the Charters Community Stadium this Tuesday evening. Up goes the throw. Simba rises high, but doesn't manage to win it, and it goes back to no man's land. And now Basingstoke can come away with it in the middle of the park. Namandi has it in the centre circle. He's got space to turn and run, and does. Still holding on to the ball. He goes back to DeAndre Brown. DeAndre Brown switches it to Johnson Schuster, who goes all the way back to ball. Rudy Allen links up with ball. I thought better of it because Simba was there to put a little bit of pressure on. Here is ball again. Now here's Rudy Allen. They've managed to just work the way forward a little bit, have Basingstoke, and Namandi's chasing it, switching it over to the left-hand side with the number 17. Goes back to Rudy Allen. Again, just gaining yards at the minute, Basingstoke. Clark on the left-hand side, again, pushing forward. Still Clark finds Namandi, who's got time, space to have a shot, and does have a shot, but it's not the greatest shot, and it's straight into the hands of Kearney, who will quite happily deal with those all day long. And Winchester get his back underway on the left-hand side. A ball up to Hill at the halfway line. Here's Buckley. Now, Buckley into a little bit of space in the middle of the park. He goes straight back to Bartlett. Here's Hill on the left-hand side now, and Winchester looking to create a bit of danger. Here's Hill just into the Basingstoke box on the left-hand side. Still Hill, lovely little bit of skill. Can he find it? Oh, he just manages to play a low ball. It goes through so many feet, and works its way to the edge of the box and away from danger for Basingstoke. And now they have it. And here's Ferdinand. Does he stay on side? He does. Ferdinand up against one of the Winchester defenders. It's still Ferdinand. Still Ferdinand's got Namandi in support. It's still Ferdinand. Gets the shot. Takes a deflection. Namandi's going to come away with it under a little bit of pressure, but very, very strong play. And now Britton can come away with it for Winchester. Tries to set Simba on his way, but Grant's going to be off his line quick enough to take that up and goes down and smothers the ball. It is edge of the seat stuff, Will. It really, really is. And Mark says Simba will score another. Let's see if he does. Time is running out, though, and we do have a Basingstoke player down in the centre circle. We are about to have another substitution for the visitors as well. It's DeAndre Brown who's gone down. He's going to have to receive a little bit of treatment here, and it will just tick down the clock a little bit more. Expecting quite a bit of injury time at the end of this game, I would imagine. We're about to find out. Is it going to be DeAndre Brown who's going to come off now? I'm just waiting to see. Fourth official with the Basingstoke substitute at the far side. We've got 4 minutes left on the clock, Mark. 4 minutes left on the clock. It is Brown who is going off for Basingstoke. And coming on is Louis Lepay, the number 14 for Basingstoke. Louis Lepay is a holding midfielder, joined the club City in the summer of 2022. He comes on. The time running out. Can Winchester get the equaliser? Got to be honest, they deserve it. They don't know. Neither team deserves to lose this one, but you don't always get what you deserve in football. Lepay's on, and we're back underway. Jameson, who gives the ball to Alex Wilkie, who very kindly just gives the ball straight back to Grant. It was Basingstoke who put the ball out of play to allow DeAndre Brown to get that treatment and be subbed off. So we are back underway, and Winchester have it now in the centre of the park. It goes back to the Winchester defence. Got acres of space on this right-hand side just to move forward into. Jameson. Here's Jameson on the right-hand side. Finds Simba. Here's Hill. Hill might be able to get a shot away. Tries to feed it through, but Grant is there to take it. It was a nice ball, trying to find a feet to Jones' box, but Grant was quick enough there. Just a little bit too much on it. I don't think it was ever going to quite make it to Jones. It was going to take something quite special, and Grant has it. But again, another passage of dangerous play for Winchester. Just shows the capabilities that they have. This is going to go right down to the very last second of the game. Here is Ferdinand now for Basingstoke. Took the ball out of the air very well there. Namandi gets it on the right-hand side. It's at the edge of the box. It goes backwards a little bit. It goes back even further now to Johnson Schuster. Here's Namandi. Johnson Schuster just tried to flick it through on the overlap, but it's come away. And Hill doing one of his trademark darts through the middle. Here's Hill. He's got Britton on support on the right-hand side, who he finds. And a wonderful tackle by Clark to take it all away for Basingstoke. And now Clark darts forward on this left-hand side. Clark up to the halfway line for Basingstoke. Here's Ferdinand. He's the furthest player forward. He's got Namandi now in a bit of support on the overlap, who he finds. Namandi in acres of space can finish it and win it, but he can't. And he puts it over. And it remains Winchester City 2, Basingstoke 3. And it's a golden opportunity for Basingstoke to secure all 3 points, but they don't take it. Well, boy, oh boy, oh boy, that should have been game, set and match for Basingstoke there. A poor effort. Namandi and Ferdinand played the ball, perfect ball to him. He raced away from the defender. Kearney came out. He went over. The ball comes back into the Basingstoke box. And here's Britton. It's going to be a corner for Winchester. It's going to be Daniel Bartlett, the man who's trotting over to take it on the right-hand side for us. They've played it short. Here is Bartlett. Bartlett gets the ball into the box. It's Simba who rises high, wins the head. It's on the volley. It comes in. It's down. It's saved by Grant. And now Basingstoke clear the lines. Well, Buckley managed to get it down, and danger's not quite clear yet. The ball comes back into the box. Grant punches it clear this time. into the feet of number 17, but it's taken down and away by us. A wonderful tackle there by Winchester. I'm just trying to see which number that one is. It was the number 7. Fantastic play from Dan Jones. He's been bright in this second half as Daniel Jones, the number 7 for Winchester. Callum Buckley has the ball at his feet now. He switches over onto the right-hand side with Bartlett. Number 17 trying to chase him down and win the ball back for Basingstoke. Buckley gets it, plays it forward, and it's miscontrolled, and it's going to go out for a Basingstoke throw halfway inside their own half, and we're going to see one final change for Basingstoke in a minute. Well, this has been edge of your seat action here at the Charters Community Stadium. Just seeing Billy Upton is down on his feet as well. He's going to need a little bit of treatment. So we're going to have a bit of a break in play here. Catch your breath, everybody. Catch your breath. Billy Upton is down. Just trying to see who the substitute is going to be. I can tell you Daniel War is going to be the man coming on for Basingstoke very, very shortly. Dan Wall, also from Reading City as well, scored 18 goals for them. Well, Josh McCormick has been my man of the match for Winchester City because it doesn't count. I don't have any official stake in it. But he is, of course, a Winchester City youth player. Also played at Bognor Regis Town. And it's like it's I'm not too sure what Simon Grant was doing. Simon Grant found himself halfway up and been substituted off. Billy Upton is just making his way off as well. He's going to be coming on very shortly, but Upton was the player who went down injured, so he's just on the sidelines at the minute. He'll be coming back on. But it is the Basingstoke number 9, the man who is going off, Liam Ferdinand. Of course, but on the score sheet tonight as well. He actually scored 25 goals in 29 appearances for Met Police. Joined Basingstoke from Bracknell Town. Bracknell Town are my local club. And it's going to be a throw for Basingstoke. We're back underway, finally. It's only going to add even more time on at the end of this game. I haven't seen what's signalled by the 4th official, I'm afraid. Oh, George Britton tried to get a touch on it, and now Basingstoke can come away with it up to the halfway line, switching it over to the right-hand side with the main event. It's a poor ball, and it's going to be a throw for Winchester just in front of their own dugout. Here's Bartlett now. Acres of space and time. High ball forward, over onto the left-hand side. Finds his man as well, and it's... that man, Josh McCormick, gets pushed, goes down. Referee waves it away, says no, and Basingstoke come away with it and start to look to come forward. They can't do anything, go forward, and it's just pumped forward by Johnson Schuster. And Alex Wilkie will pick it up for Winchester. Bartlett is screaming for some support here. He's taking it forward into the Basingstoke half. But it didn't really... Oh, it's a terrible ball into the box. Over on the left-hand side, switched in on the right. It's over. It's probably battered into my car over there in the car park. It was an awful ball under no pressure at all. And it's a goal kick for Basingstoke Town. And they will be delighted, absolutely delighted to just waste a few more precious seconds. Well, if Basingstoke can hold on, it'll be a 3rd away win of the season. It will see them move to within 2 points of the playoffs. They don't play again, though, until Boxing Day when they take on bottom of the table Marlow. For Winchester City, they play on Saturday away at Wimborne Town. Never been to Wimborne. I don't even know where Wimborne is, actually. Where's Wimborne, everybody? And now Basingstoke have the ball in the box on the left-hand side with the number 14. It's a strong tackle there by Wilkie, but it's going to be a corner for Basingstoke. And they have a chance to seal the 3 points here. Corner for Basingstoke. Late stages of this game. We're 4.5 minutes into stoppage time now. I'm not too sure what the signal was, but I reckon it was probably a good 6 minutes or so. Winchester, if they can clear this quickly, might just have one last chance. But as you might expect, Basingstoke played a short corner, just trying to hold it up down there in the corner, and it's still there at the minute. Winchester getting frustrated, can't get the ball. Still can't get the ball. It's a throw now for Winchester. Maybe time for one last attack, one last gas chance to get the equaliser for the home team. Throw for Winchester. So many mint shirts just flooding the ball at the minute. Britton knocks it forward, but there's nobody there. Hill's trying to chase it down, but there's two Basingstoke players. They go back to Grant. Grant just hoofs it high forward over the halfway line here. The number 17 takes it down for Basingstoke. Well played by him. And now he comes 17 on the right-hand side. Namandi's in the box waiting for it if he could find him. Goes back, switches it. It's still Basingstoke. Still Basingstoke holding on to the ball. Namandi gives it back to Lepay. Lepay's got it on this left-hand side, under pressure from Wilkie, but Lepay quite happy to go into the corner, and it's going to be a Basingstoke throw here. They are just wasting the time. We're doing really, really well. Thank you, Mark. Winbourne's in Dorset. I did not know that. Namandi with the ball at his feet. Him and Lepay just linking up and keeping the ball in the corner. It's in Winchester at the minute. Still unable to get it out, Winchester. Basingstoke, you've got to give them credit here. They're doing a fantastic job of keeping it in. And Clark absolutely batters the ball. It goes out the back of the ground there. And we need a new ball. It's going to be a throw here for Winchester. They play it quick. Goes back to Kearney, but he was under huge amounts of pressure. It can only go as far as Dan War for Basingstoke. And Basingstoke just have the ball at the feet and controlling possession at the minute. And now War into the box, can seal it and does. And it's a 4 for Basingstoke. And unfortunately for Winchester fans, it's game, set and match. And it's Winchester City 2, Basingstoke Town 4. It's Dan War in acres of space, fires past Kenny. There's nothing he can do. And that seals the 3 points. They're going, making a short 18-mile trip back up the Winchester City 2, 4. Well, it has been a wonderful evening's action. If you're a neutral, it has been superb. If you're a Basingstoke fan, it's probably been nail-biting. And if you're a Winchester fan as well. They've played well. Winchester don't probably deserve to lose this one, but they have done, unfortunately, for them. Winchester City, they've had spells, really, where they really probably could have and should have got back into this one. But they are, unfortunately, going to lose. Only one home win this season. They will stay where they are in the table. And Basingstoke will go marching on at the minute. Winchester City 2, Basingstoke Town 4. We are moments away from the full-time whistle here. The Basingstoke fans, an absolute delight behind the goal there, as you may expect. These two clubs, tightly knit, ground shared between the two of them, and that is the full-time whistle. Thank you. And it's all over here at Unity Stadium. It has been an absolutely wonderful game. It really has. I've really, really enjoyed it. I hope you have as well. We've had 2 red cards. We've had penalties. We've had 6 goals. I mean, what more do you want from football? You know, it's really, really goes to show why you really should get behind your local team. Come down, watch some non-league football, because if this is what you get to watch every single week, boy, oh boy, forget the Premier League. Forget it. This is where it's all at. It's been an absolute corker of a game. Unfortunately for Winchester, it's just fallen the wrong side for you guys. Congratulations to Basingstoke Town. They get the 3 points. They're 2 points outside the playoffs right now. Congratulations. Here at the Charters Community Stadium, it's finished with Winchester City 2, Basingstoke Town 4. Just want to thank you all as well for getting in touch on the comment section too, and listen. It really has been a thrilling game. Thank you so much. I hope to see you all again soon. Really, really do. I've been Ian Waterhouse from Live Sport Now. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and listening. Take care.